Enough! The people, they don't have time for this. They've got a whole new season of Black Mirror to watch on Netflix. It'll take many hours. Many. That's why I'm here, to cut through the noise in 5 minutes or less. It broke records for campaign spending and set a new precedent for corporate censorship. That's right, folks, I'm talking about the very super fun Measure 97. Let's start with the easy part. There are C corporations. They pay their own taxes, and Measure 97 is mostly about them. And then there are B corporations. B corporations are benefit companies, and they're basically like C corporations, except they have goals related to giving back to the community and the environment, and they're basically like more magical versions of C companies because they exist to make money and make the world a better place. Voting yes on 97 means that B corporations won't have to pay the same corporate taxes that 97 is about. And voting no on 97 means that B corporations will have to pay the same corporate taxes as C corporations, even though C corporations only exist to make money. Is this foreshadowing? Also, voting yes on 97 means that the revenue from this new tax policy will go towards education, healthcare, and senior services. However, if you vote no on 97, it means that the revenue will go going to the same place, and I don't really know where that is. However, I do know that critics have said that the way that this measure is formatted means that the money won't have to go towards those specific things. However, I don't think that people really care, and I don't really care, if the money goes to the general fund for our legislature to decide where it goes, or if it goes towards those specific things. And why do I think it doesn't really matter?
Because you may remember from 96 that we're taking a little bit of the lottery and putting it towards veteran services. However, side note is like 63.5% of all the proceeds from the lottery currently go to the general fund for our legislature to decide where it's going. And I think that if people really, really actually cared about the fact that it was going to the general fund, there would be a little more discussion about that in either 96 or 97. However, the only time anybody talks about the money maybe not having to go towards those specific things, which it does actually say it specifically has to in the bill, is in this conversation about opposition to 97. So I don't know if that's a lie, if it's propaganda, or what, but people don't really care if it goes to the general fund.
Now let's learn about tax codes. In the state of Oregon, corporations can be taxed on their income, or they can be taxed on their gross sales receipts. How do they choose? They go with whichever will make the state more money. I could go into a lot of detail about the current tax code and the tax code under 97, however, I don't think that you really, really want to know, and if you do, you can look it up for yourself. There are 5 other states in the US that are currently taxing gross sales, and Oregon has the smallest tax rate out of all of them. Voting yes on 97 means we'd have a similar tax rate to other states that tax like we do, like Washington. And voting no on 97 means we would continue to have the lowest corporate tax rate in the entire country. Opposition to 97 has cited a report that says that the impacts of this measure will be passed down to consumers in the cost of about $600 per year per Oregonian. But you want to talk about money? Let's talk about money. You may remember that Measure 97 broke records for campaign finance in the state of Oregon. Financial support for Measure 97 came from organizations like the Oregon Education Association, the National Education Association, and Nurses United. The opposition to Measure 97 raised nearly twice as much as the supporters of Measure 97, so you can imagine that these people have a lot at stake if they're putting in that much money. So who is this opposition? The top 4 donors against Measure 97 were Albertsons, Costco, Kroger/Fred Meyer, and Lithia Motors. Now I went ahead and looked up the CEO incomes of those companies and found out that each and every day, daily amounts that come in each day, these CEOs make approximately $25,000, $35,000, $30,000, and $14,000 a day. Now there are Oregonians who actually care about the poorest in our state, and then there are these companies whose CEOs every single day make more than a lot of us do in an entire year. You may care about poor Oregonians, but those funding the opposition to 97 only care about their own money. So I was left asking myself, is it worth it? Is this policy too general? Can the poorest in our state handle the impacts of this? And here's where I landed. I'll be voting yes on Measure 97. First of all, because that $600 that people are worried about is an average, meaning the poorer people in our state will be paying less than $600, and those who spend a lot more will be paying more than $600. Now this first point is very important because we have to make sure that people are able to survive in the meantime while we take on the bigger sources of our problems like economic inequality. So here's what's up. Every single time that we vote down a piece of legislation like this, or raising the minimum wage, we keep on waiting for something to come and help poor Oregonians, and the CEOs in the meantime continue raking in thousands of dollars every day. And we never challenge them and ask why they need thousands of dollars every day when most of us are just struggling to get by. People are dying, like what are they doing with all of the money? Until this video I thought money was the meaning of life, and now I realize I've wasted my entire life. And no one loves me. And because people will be able to survive, we shouldn't vote this measure down and hope for something better in the next election, because in the next election, I want to take on the rich with things like a maximum wage or some other really fun thing that I know they will never let pass, because they will definitely throw hundreds of thousands of dollars at an oppositional campaign telling you that free markets are very important. In the meantime, they'll be making $35,000 every day, which if you make $17 an hour, you might make in a year. So yeah, now that you know about Measure 97, make sure you click up here and watch the rest of the election 2016 videos that I made talking about everything else on the Oregon ballot. And once you're done with that, it's time to vote. In Oregon, you can vote by mail, you can drop off your ballot, or you can vote in person. However you do it, it must be done by 8 p.m. on November 8th. And if you're looking for the best way for you, you can type in Vote Oregon into Google, and it made a handy little toolbar just for you. As always, thank you for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and if you can think of anything to make it even better, just put it in the comments. Remember when I said that thing about corporate censorship? Turns out that Comcast made the Yes on 97 ads that said their name in them, Comcast, take them out of the ads that aired on Comcast channels. Media experts said they'd never seen that kind of censorship in a political campaign before. For more fun facts like this, make sure you click here to subscribe. Bye.